everyone, what's up? Welcome to my channel. I'm Saoirse Bray. I am a fantasy romance writer and my dog is here. I don't know if you just heard her like sigh. This video is going to be the authortube newbie tag video. So I felt like doing this video because I feel like these types of newbie tag videos are like a great way to kind of just say like, hey, I'm here, I'm joining this community. Yep, so my name's Saoirse, that's my pen name. My given name is Sarah, so you can call me either one, but I usually go by Saoirse on all of my like internet platforms. I have joined authortube in the past, like I don't want to say a long time ago, probably, I mean it's kind of a while ago at this point. I think it was around like 2019, but I didn't really stick with it. I was working, you know, I was working a job that I didn't love. It was taking all of my energy, so I didn't really have it in me to like write a ton and make content on top of writing, and so I didn't really ever stick with that channel, and then it turned into my knitting channel. So it will be linked down below if you're a knitter. Check it out. Or if you just really like yarn, like if you're a crocheter or something. So yeah, so I've been watching authortube for a really long time, and I tried to start an authortube channel in the past, and you know, again, it like didn't really go anywhere. And my battery is already dead, so let's go change that, and then we'll get into the questions. So first I feel like I should say the original, well, now I don't know. I think that this was started by Jenna Streety, and the one that I'm looking at says like authortube newbie tag 2.0, and I don't know what the difference is between this one and the original. I think I've seen that there's like a variation of questions. I'm just gonna go with these questions because I like them, and if there's any questions from like the other set of questions that you'd like me to answer, pop them in the comments and I'll answer them in the comment. Okay. These first two questions I'm like, maybe I don't like these questions. What's your book's pitch? If you have multiple works, choose your favorite. Well, I feel like my favorite, I do have multiple works, but the one I'm working on right now is the one that I think I will kind of pick as my favorite, because right now it is my favorite. And it is Project Canopies. I'm not good at pitching things, like I'm not good at being concise. I'm a rambler, okay, so bear with me. I don't have like a 2-sentence little elevator pitch for you. But Project Canopies is book one in an urban fantasy romance series. It has fae, it's got magic, it's set in like our world, but like there's kind of a, you know, secret sort of underground type like thing going on where, you know, think I guess like Harry Potter or like City of Bones, like the Mortal Instruments, like where there's like kind of this whole world going on and just like most humans just don't even like see it or know that it exists, like that kind of thing. My main character, her name's Bliss, and she's a succubus, and she doesn't like casual sex, and so she's not very good at being a succubus basically, and she has been waiting for pretty much almost her entire life, maybe all of her adult life, waiting for basically to find, because there's like they're fated mates in this series, right? And so she's trying, you know, she wants to find her fated mate, right? There's a love interest, he's a siren, and all of like the book is taking place in a metal music festival for the most part, and there's, you know, people are out to get them, people are cutthroat, there's like some political intrigue, there's, you know, a lot of things that just like are not as they seem, there's gonna be found family, there's gonna be a little bit of spice, okay? And yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. Again, I'm not good at pitching this type of thing, and that's okay, we'll figure it out. But yeah, that is my current work in progress, and I am on I'm about to start draft 2. I'm still finishing up. So I feel like that's one of the questions that's missing from this is, are you a plotter or a pantser or a planter? I'm a little bit of both. I'm a planter. I plantsed draft 1 of Project Canopies, and there's just a lot of plot issues, and that's what I want to tackle in draft 2, and I knew I needed an outline. So I might be turning into more of a plotter. I can definitely see the benefits of being a plotter, because I feel like for me, sorry, there's a tangle in my hair. For me, one of the benefits that I'm realizing as I'm kind of becoming more of a plotter is that with plotting, I know what I don't know, and my brain can kind of zero in on what I don't know and figure it out in the background as I'm kind of just like going about my day, right? Versus when I'm pantsing, I don't know anything, so and then I don't know what I don't know because I just don't know anything. Does that make sense? And then my brain's just sort of like, there's like too many possibilities. It can't work on like one singular it can't work on one singular problem like in the background. And so I feel like I'm becoming a plotter. So we'll see how things progress from here. The second question I also don't love, if I were a book, how would I pitch myself? Fuck if I know. Yeah, I don't really know what to say. I feel like my energy currently is, I feel like things are very chaotic, right? Like, I feel like I have chaotic thoughts. I feel like my energy is chaotic sometimes. The way I'm kind of going about writing right now seems kind of like a little chaotic to me. I don't always have things scheduled. I am very much like a go with the flow person in terms of my like energy and how I spend my days. I don't like really planning things out too much. And so I bring a little bit of chaos with me, but I'm also very okay with it. So I think sometimes it comes across as like maybe it doesn't, but I think sometimes I come across a little bit calmer than I am because I'm just okay with the chaos at this point. So I feel like that's my energy currently. I'm a writer. I love writing about fantasy and romance, and that's what I like to read for the most part. I'm a little bit spiritual. Like, I don't want to get too woo-woo-y on you guys, but I do think that it's really important to, work on yourself and like heal your past trauma. And this past year, that's what I've been doing. And I've been working on myself, and now I feel like I'm kind of healed from most of my burnout from my old job, and I feel like I'm ready to be back in that like creative energy. And I've healed so much, and I feel like my mindset is right, and I'm just ready to get into creating and really pursuing my passion, which is obviously writing, and I'm just so excited for it. And yeah, so you might hear me like throw out some astrology things here and there, or like, I don't know, like I'm a little bit of a spiritual girly, and I'm like, we like crystals and tarot cards, and and I'm a knitter, and yeah, and so I don't know, I'm a little bit all over the place. I'm a Sagittarius rising, so like if you know astrology things, like I like to dabble in a lot of different things, and yeah, that's me. That was not a pitch. You got way more than you bargained for here a little bit probably, but yeah, I don't know what else to say about myself. What do I usually write? Fantasy romance. I think I said that. Fantasy romance, that's my genre. Question number 4. What's something you'll never write? Something I'll never write. I'm not really like, you're not gonna catch me writing like a horror or like a thriller. I will occasionally read thrillers. I feel like horror, I would draw a line. I don't like scary movies, so like, you're probably not gonna catch me reading a horror book or writing one. I don't write short stories of any kind. I like my books thick, okay? I don't wanna write short stories because if I like something, right, if I'm creating characters in a world that I love, I want to stay in it. I want to be in it as much as possible. And a short story is just not gonna do it for me. And I don't read short stories either because same reason. Like, if I like the story and I like the characters and I like the world and whatever, like, then I want more of it. So I'm just gonna be upset that it's so short. Okay. I typically I really only read series for that same reason. I want a long series. I want, like, give it to me, okay? Because if I like the characters and I like the writing and I like the world, like, I want more of it. Like, don't stop at like a duology. Like, give me a thick series, okay? Like, sometimes there are definitely series that go on for too long, but I don't know, at the same time it's kind of a nice ride, you know what I mean? So yes. And then I guess, like, yeah, literary fiction, like, I know that sometimes people use the like term literary fiction to kind of mean like anything that's essentially like not nonfiction, but I mean like literary fiction in the sense of like, I don't know, like the fiction books that are like, they're not historical fiction, it's not romance, and it's not a mystery or thriller, you know, it's kind of like that contemporary lit fic, you know what I mean? I don't write that, I don't read it, yeah, it's not my thing. I'm trying to think of like an example and I just don't have one. I mean, maybe I would read it occasionally, but usually not. Like, I need fantasy. I'm sorry. I need magic. I need like, I don't know, like a hot fae or vampire or something in there, you know what I mean? Okay, what's my goal for starting an authortube channel? My main goal is to keep myself accountable. Let me just back up a little bit. Let's rewind for a little bit. Last year around this time, I got laid off from my software engineering job. And it was fine because I hated that job. I was a couple weeks away from quitting anyways, to be completely honest with you. So yeah, I got laid off, and this past year has been a lot of change. You know, I moved back in with my parents, I sold my townhome, really set myself up so I can just write. I don't have to work currently, but I needed like a year off. I needed like a year off to heal from my burnout. I did like finish my first draft of Project Canopies during this time, but I just wasn't writing as much as I wanted to be, and my priority hasn't been writing. I think it's been myself, and it's been healing myself, and that's been great. And now I'm ready to shift my priority and my focus to be creating, and specifically, you know, writing. Like writing vlogs and having a place where I can come and talk about my writing has just made me so excited. I've made so much progress, and just by like I've done one writing vlog so far, and I've gotten so much done in my outlining, and really getting like excited and prepped for starting draft 2 revisions. And I'm just like, I feel the energy, I'm just so excited, and I really feel like a lot of that is that I'm like, oh, I gotta talk about it, and because I love talking about things that I enjoy. And this gives me the ability to do that, and it gives me an outlet. Like, I can't talk my friends' ears off about writing because they're not writers, and so, but lucky you, I can talk your ear off about writing instead. And so yeah, so that's kind of the main goal, was like to bring back a little bit of excitement, to bring back a little bit of accountability and focus, and just kind of reminding myself, like, if I'm thinking about like uploading videos about writing, like, my writing goals are now at the forefront of my mind, and I'm not kind of like, you know, oh yeah, I said I was gonna write today, well, I don't really feel like it, so it's like, oh, I was gonna write today, and I was gonna vlog it, and you know, and I don't know, it just brings like a level of excitement. Not that writing isn't exciting, but like sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's not, you know, sometimes it is you're kind of slogging through, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes your energy just isn't there, and I feel like bringing in like something like this kind of brings the energy back in. Hopefully that made sense. My other goals though, I really want to build a community slash like find maybe an already existing, I mean, because the authortube community is a thing, it's already exists. So I want to join that community. That's a better way to phrase it. I want a sense of community, and I want to be able, again, I want to talk to people about writing, but I would love to make friends with people, and over time I would love to, you know, kind of develop friendships with people and be able to find like critique partners and like organically and stuff, and you know, and beta readers and things like that. So I just want to kind of make some connection, like, I don't like phrasing like, but like networking. So like a little bit of networking, a little bit of, you know, community, making friends, and just, I sort of see authortube as like a creative well that people can like pour a little bit of their energy into. And, you know, like one person makes a writing blog and that inspires other people, and then they start writing and like, or get back into their writing and they make a writing blog, and it kind of just spreads around the inspiration, and I love that, and I like that I am going to be able to get to be a part of it. Okay, question number 6 is, what made you want to start writing? I started writing as soon as I started reading, I feel like once I started reading chapter books or whatever, like, yeah, you know, when you go from like reading like children's books to like chapter books, you know, like, oh, these have chapters now, like, when I started getting to that level of reading, I feel like I was like, I could write a book. Younger Saoirse was a little delulu. Like, yeah, I remember like reading my first ever, like, I think it was like a sci-fi series when I was in like, I don't know, 3rd grade? Is that too young? I don't know. When do you start reading like series of books? I don't know. I remember getting really into reading, and I read like my first sci-fi books, and I was like, I could write these. I could write books like this. So, you know, that's kind of what got me started on writing, and I've been writing on and off ever since. That is my publishing path. That's the next question. I'm gonna self-publish. I've never liked the idea that there are or were industries where like for example, again, back in the day, if you were a musician and you wanted to like, you know, make it big or whatever, you would have to get on the radio, right? Like you would have to do these things. And now it's like, you can just put your music on the internet, and if it's good and people like it, boom, you're in, right? Like, and I like that we now live in a time where that's possible, where we don't have to like there's people still trying to gatekeep, but their ability to do it is dwindling. Like, yes, it's great that it's great that the like traditional publishing is still an option for people who want to go that route, but I love that you don't have to. I like that there is an option for people to go around that. Like, I don't have to convince someone else that my book is sellable, and I don't have to write my book to be sellable in that way. I can just write what I want to write, and obviously like I want to make it the best it can be. I can put it out into the world and no one can stop me, and my art can speak for itself, and I love that about self-publishing. And I don't think self-publishing versus traditionally publishing like means anything about quality. I've read some traditionally published books that have been so badly written that I'm shocked that they were picked up by a trad, you know, publishing house. And then I've obviously read some self-published stuff that's hasn't been great either. So I think, you know, it's just, I don't know. I'm getting off on a tangent, but basically all that to say, I'm self-publishing and I'm very, very excited about that process and learning more about it. And if you want to follow along, stick around. Okay, number 8, what content do you bring to the authortube table? Mostly it's gonna be writing vlogs. I think that that's the way that I want to share my journey. I don't watch a lot of writing craft videos, like how to make your writing better and stuff, unless there's something very specific that I'm wanting to maybe see a different perspective on or something like that. Yeah, writing vlogs. Again, I'm going to be self-publishing, so at some point I will have that, you know, part of it to share with you, and at that point I can kind of share what I'm learning and what's working for me and what's not working and all of that. But number 9 is, what is your biggest writing struggle? I think to be real, it's just getting my butt in the chair and like getting my hands on the keyboard and writing, you know? I think that's honestly the biggest hurdle. You know, like when people are trying to like make it a routine to like go to the gym, I can't relate, but you know, it's like they say the hardest thing is like getting to the gym, but then like once you're there, you're like, well, okay, I'm here, I might as well, you know, work out. I feel like it's the same thing with writing. It's like just getting yourself to actually sit down and like do it. For me anyways, that's kind of my biggest struggle. I can't really think of like, you know, an actual like craft thing that I struggle with. There's definitely things that I think I'm not naturally great at, but I wouldn't really call it like a struggle because like I'm learning and it's fun and yeah. So 10, what is my best writing skill? Coming from somebody who hasn't had anyone read their writing in a very, very long time, we're talking, no one has read my writing since, when did I graduate? I graduated college in 2015. Nobody has read my writing since then. Well, okay, that's not entirely true. I think one of my friends did read a few of my chapters of one of my other works in progress, but no other like writer has read my writing since 2015. So almost 10 years. So I don't really want to put money on this, but I feel like dialogue. I feel like I'm really good at dialogue. And the reason I feel like that I'm good at dialogue, and I'm sure someone will in the future, they'll like find my channel, they'll have like read my book and like found my channel and they'll come back and they'll watch this and they'll be like, girl, dialogue is not your strong suit. I don't agree. But at this moment in time, I feel like writing dialogue comes very naturally to me. I feel like when I'm writing scenes that are mostly dialogue, it's like the words are just flowing. Like sometimes I'm almost like, oh, I need to like not put in so much dialogue. Like I need to like add in some other things here. But I feel like, I don't know, I feel like my characters have like good banter. It sounds natural. Again, I'm not gonna put money on it. I'm not gonna die on this hill. I'm open to some critiques on this, but I just feel like I'm good at writing dialogue because that is like, if a book does not have good dialogue, like if the dialogue sounds unnatural or is like very expository or anything like that, like I'm out. I will DNF a book so fast if I don't like the dialogue. And so at least this is how I'll phrase it, is that I think I'm really good at writing the dialogue that I want to read. We'll phrase it that way. Okay, and then the next two questions are like you either answer one or the other. So like the first one is, if you've been on YouTube for a while, what's your best authortube tip? And then if you are new to authortube, what's your biggest authortube question? So new to authortube, what is your biggest authortube question? I guess for those of you who have been on authortube for a while, or even if it's only been like a few weeks or something, what's been the best thing so far that you've gotten out of being in the community? Something you know, something you've gained, something you've gotten out of it, or a favorite like memory or something. Just like, I don't know, something that's happened to you since joining authortube that's been really cool. Let me know. And then the last question, or no wait, sorry, there's two more questions. The second to last question is, are you looking for any new channels to follow, beta readers, critique partners, or any other types of writing buddies? And then if so, tell us who and connect with them in the comments. So all of the above. I'm definitely looking for new channels to follow, especially, but not limited to, but especially if you are a fantasy romance writer who does writing vlogs, sign me up. I really do I want to connect with all of you, but like if you are a fantasy romance writer, especially want to connect with you because I feel like, yeah, you're writing in my genre, and that's kind of out of all of the writing friends I could make, I feel like that's my like, I'm so excited to meet other fantasy romance writers because like, yeah, I don't have any writing friends at all. So I'm gonna take any I can get, but I think there's just something especially exciting to be able to like talk to someone else about our specific genre and like the tropes in the genre and all of that stuff. I just think would be really fun. So, but yes, I am definitely looking for new to me channels to follow. If you're an author tuber, definitely let me know and I will do my best to check out your channel when I've got some free time. But I am for sure looking for beta readers. I don't have anything to be beta read at this point, but I will definitely be needing beta readers in the future. So I have a couple of friends that I think I will be using as beta readers, but I think it would also be nice to have like some beta readers who are writers as well, just because they have, you know, we have that critique, that we have like the skills, you know, to like critique in a way that I feel like is really constructive, if that makes sense. Not to say that other people don't, but I don't know. So yeah, definitely will be looking for beta readers at one point in time. Critique partners, I am 100% looking for critique partners. I will say for a critique partner, I really want to get to be friends with someone first before I would like be open to being critique partners with somebody. I just would want to make sure that we work well together and that I, you know, a critique partner for me has to be someone I trust like so much, and you know, to like give my work to in that way. Like I really want to feel I know them and, you know, be friends with them and trust that they have my best interests at heart, and I want them to trust that I have their best interests at heart, and all of that. So yes, if you want to be a critique partner, like totally let me know. But for me, I feel like it has to kind of happen organically, if that makes sense. So like I would want to like get to know you a little bit and things like that. So if I'm not like hell yes right away to you if you like ask me to be a critique partner, yeah, so I don't know, like let's get to know each other a little bit. Yeah, but I am open to it. I don't currently have any critique partners, and ideally, like I'm really throwing this out into the universe, I would love to manifest like a critique group where like there's, I don't know, 4 or 5 of us in a group that critique each other's work, and then we're all like friends and we get on like Zoom calls and you know talk about our writing. I feel like that would be amazing. So I'm just putting that into the universe. We'll see what happens. Okay, and then the last question is, what are you most excited for? Nope, that's not. What are you most excited for during this new fresh start on authortube? I'm excited for the community. I'm excited for the energy that it's already brought back to my writing. I feel like it is like a fresh new start, right? I feel like it's like, oh, I'm in a new chapter of my writing journey, and I have a place to like share, and that just feels so good. Like I'm getting all the feels right now. I really love the idea of almost having authortube as like an anchor point, if that makes sense. I honestly feel like it's helping me like ground, like be a little bit in a more grounded energy. I'm just excited to meet people. I feel like I've already met a few people, like I've already chatted with a few people, and I love it. And I would love to just create a fun little, you know, community here, be a part of the larger authortube community. And those are all the questions. Again, those are like that's like the not the original set of questions. So if there's any from the original set of questions that you want me to answer, leave them down below. I don't know, I searched a video and that was what popped up and I just went with it. So hopefully that gave you a little bit more info on me and if this channel is something you might enjoy. But if you like my personality, or you like the way I answered some of these questions, or I don't know, you just love authortube in general, please make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, leave me a comment down below if you made it this far. Leave me an emoji. Which emoji? Let me think. Leave me the butterfly emoji, all right? Because we're gonna all blossom into beautiful butterflies. And yeah, leave me a butterfly emoji if you made it this far. And like I said, if you have any questions, let me know. If you you know, are interested in being friends and connecting and stuff, leave me a comment. And I would love to connect with you and be writing friends. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed the video, and again, don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I will see you in my probably my next writing vlog, or I don't know, I have another sit down chatty video coming your way, so I don't know which one's going out first. But anyways, thank you for being here, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!